Of the moment of releasing this video, we have roughly 10 days left on the first mains bulletin event. But well, better late than never, I guess. Hi, my name is Niffy, and in this video I want to showcase a team that can consistently reach A+ in Darkness of the Abyss, with no 6 stars and relatively low investment on all of these characters. After that, I also want to talk about results I had with the same core team but better carries, as well as possible uses of the team in the future. Darkness of the Abyss was the first raid we got and is heavily favoring 37. One big issue in this fight are the 2 smaller heads that not only freeze you after 4 attacks, but also continuously add stacks of tough defense to themselves and the boss, making it even harder to deal damage. The team I'm showcasing is specifically designed to deal with those problems. The core team consists of TTT, Baby Blue and Balloon Party, and the carry I used first is Charlie, because she is the worst star carry I have built. My TTT is Insight 2, level 50 and Resonance 7. As Psycube I'm using Beyond Wonderland for tankiness stats. Her main use is applying the Disconcert debuff on the side enemies, which prevents them from getting Moxie, giving you more time to deal with them and the boss. Her incantations are also used to use up the tough defense stacks on the boss. The concealment from her Insight 1 is nice to block some damage. It has to be mentioned though that it can't block the cold and freeze status. My Baby Blue is Insight 2, level 50 and Resonance 7 as well. As Psycube I'm using that Inquisitive Deer for the additional healing on her debuffs. Her second life is nice for healing on her ultimate, but in the end anything giving her decent stats works. Her role is to debuff the boss and side enemies so they take more damage and deal less. While the boss removes those debuffs at the end of the round, it is still a nice bonus. Her other main use is to put the Nightmare debuff on the side enemies, which prevents them from moving one round. This doesn't just prevent damage, but also prevents them from applying tough defense, allowing you to deal more damage the next round. Her ultimate also works with the Disconcert debuff from TTT's ultimate, and not just her own debuffs. My Balloon Party is Insight 3, level 20 and Resonance 9. She doesn't require that much investment, I am just lacking both Tooth Fairy and Medicine Pocket, and she is just a very strong and consistent option for everyone who got her. As her Psycube I am using Laughter and Laughter, which is her best in slot. Last we have our carry, Charlie. Mine is Insight 3, level 20, Resonance 8 and Portrait 3, which is really important for her. I'm using a crit build with Thunderous Applause as Psycube. Now on how to play the comp. As with other teams as well, always try to use up the tough defense stacks on the enemies with weaker attacks. Most of the damage you will deal with this comp will come from your carry. As you can see, my Charlie struggles in that regard even in phase 3, but this is also one of the worst runs and I get lucky anyways. Phase 4 or the infinite phase is more interesting. Make sure to have TTT's ultimate ready before the ads reach 4 Moxie. Optimally of course at the start of the phase. With a weak carry like my Charlie, you want to now focus down the smaller heads instead of the boss. But make sure to not kill them. They will deal 15% damage to the main boss each when they die, so they are your way to get rid of its ultimate shield. Then immediately kill them to help you break that shield. After that, this specific HP bar becomes easy, as the boss doesn't get more tough defense stacks, so you can kill it before it casts a second ultimate. Again, make sure to get TTT's ultimate up in time for the next phase. The downside is that you are running out of turns now, so the same strategy won't get you as many points. So in the last available phase for this team, the main goal is just dealing as much damage as possible to the main head, while preventing the side heads from using their ultimates. Now, how does this team work with other carries? For this I tried my Lilia and my 37. Both are Insight 3, Resonance 10 and have 0 portraits. My Lilia is level 40, while my 37 is level 20. In the end I was able to reach S rank with both of them. I also tried the team in Limbo 6-1 with Charlie as carry, and while the lag in damage caused me to only clear the stage in 14 rounds, it managed to clear it nonetheless. How's my end verdict for the team? The Crowd team overall performed really well for the investment I put into it. The team is pretty easy to access as you only need 2 5-stars and a 4-star, and none of them require any portraits. The downside is that the team itself has very low damage output and limited ways to buff it, mainly through Baby Blue's debuffs, which means it isn't possible to reach extremely high scores with it. Overall, it should continue to work in future patches whenever it is required to keep smaller enemies in check, and it should serve you well until you get access to more meta units. And with that I want to end the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe I was even able to help you a bit. I wish you a nice rest of the day, and hope to see you soon.